let's give the season prediction for the 49ers and for the Super Bowl. What will the Niners record be? And who's going to win who's going to be in the Super Bowl and who's going to win it? Jack.
The 49ers record is going to be 11-5. They're gonna lose one of those second, third games. I think they're gonna lose to the Jets, quite honestly. Then they've got the trip to New England, followed up by Seattle, just like they did in 2013. They're gonna lose to Seattle, I think, on that one. They're gonna lose at Dallas, lose to Buffalo, and there's one other one in there. I can't remember which one I wrote, but there's gonna be 5 losses. They're gonna be 11-5. Out of the NFC, it's gonna be tough. I haven't really got to the point where I know where I have a good feeling on the Super Bowl yet. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. I think the Seahawks are going to be really tough this year.
Interesting.
So we'll see. I understand. Okay. We hear the same.
That's fair enough.
That's where I'm going.
Okay. If you don't want to make a prediction, I'm not going to put you on the spot. That's fine. If you want to, go for it.
I'm reserving the right to change my prediction each week, but I think 12-4, 13-3 is definitely in hand for the 49ers. I think they're still the upper top 2, top 3 of the NFC. And although they have a lot of tough games, I think they're also a tough team that they don't really have any as tough stretches as they did last year when they had the Ravens and the Saints in a row. And I think they can get 12 wins and win the division.
I'm going 12-4. They're going to be towards the top of the NFC. I don't know if 12-4 is going to be enough to get that number 1 seed. But I think they'll make it through the 3 playoff games leading up to the Super Bowl regardless. And they're going to go ahead and take on the Chiefs in a rematch and win it.
Yeah, I got to do this because I got to repeat what Nick just said. 12-4. And then, of course, that number 1 seed is still a toss-up, too, because that's really what they want. And I don't think 12-4 is going to get enough for it, though. Might be because there's a lot of stacked teams in the NFC. So it's going to be really tough to get the Super Bowl in general. But it's hard for me not to say they're not going to get back there. And it's either going to be Chiefs or Ravens, but I'm going to have to say Chiefs because still Lamar Jackson, is he really like a true passer to get back there? It's a Chiefs-Niners rematch, and I'm not picking who's going to win that one. That's another toss-up right there.
So I'm going to go ahead. I might pull a Grant here and be like, a guy might get injured, so I don't want to predict.
What did you just say?
He said get injured.
You said last week.
Oh, okay. All right, I see how it is. That's cool.
No, I'm gonna say 11-5. And I think 11-5 is good enough to get a 2 seed in the NFC. I think that's how deep the NFC is. I don't think we're gonna see really too many teams like last season where you have about 3 13-3s.
Yeah.
I think you could see a lot more 11-5s or 12-4. So I'm going 11-5. If that does get them the 2 seed, I see them going to the Super Bowl. And I can't say Lamar Jackson, even though I want to say the Ravens until he wins a playoff game. So I'm going to have to select the right and say 49ers Chiefs. 49ers will come around and win it this time.
Okay. I think they're going to be 12-4, but I don't think 12-4 is going to be good enough to win the division. I'm with Jack. I think we're going to see the best Seahawks team we've seen in half a decade. They haven't had a defense like this since Cam Chancellor retired. I think that the Seahawks could be 13-3, 12-4 with the tiebreaker. So then the Niners at 12-4, that's great. But to win the Super Bowl or even get back, they're going to have to win a series of road games. And that's just so hard as a West Coast team because a lot of times those trips are 2,000 miles, 3,000 miles. So, no, I don't think the Niners are going to make it back to the Super Bowl. I'm usually wrong, and that's probably the good news for the 49ers that I'm picking not to make it. I think the Bucs are going to win their division, not because I think Tom Brady's going to play like he did 4 years ago. I think he's got a great supporting cast, a great coaching staff, especially on defense. I think that defense is going to be really good. And Todd Bowles, people forget about him because he was the head coach of the Jets for the last few years. But I think as a coordinator, he's every bit as good as Fangio. He's fantastic. So I think that team's going to be really well-rounded, and I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl and lose to the Chiefs. I think as long as the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes on his rookie deal number, they're tough to deal with. Next year, he's going to get the big raise and count much more against their cap. And then I think another team's Super Bowl window will open. But right now, I think it's still the Chiefs league. That's a pretty weak prediction, but I'm going with the back-to-back. What's up, Leo?
I'll say this. The 49ers have to win the division because no West Coast team has went and won all playoff games on the road and the Super Bowl. It just hasn't happened yet.
It's super tough. If you count up like the extra miles you have to fly round trip. It's like 10, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's tough. So
Didn't the Raiders do that?
they might have, but I think when they did it,
You guys weren't born yet, though.
you're right. I think they did it, but there was like one fewer. There was like one fewer round, or maybe one of their games was at home. I forget, but that
One
was
of their
back when
games
there were
was
only
at home.
5 teams that made it instead of 6, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe I forget, but you're right. The Raiders
Yeah.
did. The Raiders
They
did.
might have played that was if it was 5 when it was 5
Yep.
teams they played. They might have played
You're
that game at home.
But the Raiders they're a special case. They're a special case. Guys, this was great. A tight 40 minutes. We got 10 topics in.
Right.
A tight 40 minutes. I thought this was great. I really enjoyed it. We'll be back next week. For the All 49ers crew, I'm Grant Cohn. Thanks for watching. See you soon. And all that.